If people keep walking all over you, this ends today. You've been too nice, too forgiving, too understanding. And where has that gotten you? Disrespected, ignored, taken for granted. Enough. The reason people don't respect you isn't because they're cruel. It's because you've been allowing it. Every time you stay silent when someone crosses the line, every time you smile through the disrespect, every time you let it slide, you teach them that it's okay. But today, everything changes. By the end of this video, no one will ever disrespect you again. Not your friends, not your boss, not your partner, not even strangers. You're about to learn the exact mindset shifts and strategies that command respect without saying a word. And what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes, it will shock you. The reason you keep getting disrespected and how to stop it. Most people don't realize this, but respect is not given. It's taken. You think people disrespect you because they don't care? Number. They disrespect you because you've never made them stop. Think about it. When was the last time someone dismissed your opinion, talked over you, or made a joke at your expense? And what did you do? Did you laugh it off? Did you pretend it didn't bother you? Did you tell yourself it's not a big deal? That's where the problem starts. The moment you tolerate even the smallest disrespect, you set a dangerous precedent. Lesson 1. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't deserve it. You do this without even realizing it. Someone questions your decisions, and you scramble to justify yourself. Someone gives you a disapproving look, and you immediately start over-explaining. Why? Because deep down you're still seeking validation. Here's a hard truth. The more you explain yourself, the weaker you look. Strong people don't beg to be understood. They state their decisions. They stand firm in their boundaries. They don't waste energy convincing people who are committed to misunderstanding them. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you set boundaries, why you walked away from someone toxic, why you're choosing a different path. Next time someone questions you, don't justify yourself. Let your silence speak for you. And that's just the beginning. What I'm about to tell you next, that's where real transformation happens. Lesson 2. Stop apologizing for things that aren't your fault. Listen carefully. Your words shape how people see you. And right now, you're sabotaging yourself with one of the weakest habits imaginable: over-apologizing. You apologize when someone bumps into you. You apologize when you take up space. You apologize when you say no. And every single time you do it, you shrink yourself. And apologizing when you've done nothing wrong doesn't make you polite. It makes you look weak. It signals to people that you're unsure of yourself, that you're afraid of confrontation, that you're willing to take the blame even when it's not yours to carry it. And guess what? People notice it. Strong people don't apologize for existing. They don't say, "Sorry to bother you," when they need something. They don't say, "Sorry, I just wanted to ask," as if their presence is an inconvenience. Instead, they say, "Excuse me." They say, "I need a moment of your time." They say, "No, that doesn't work for me." See the difference? If you want people to respect you, stop softening your words. Stop making yourself small. Stop apologizing for things that don't deserve an apology. Because every unnecessary sorry chips away at your power. Now here's where it gets serious. There's something else you're doing, something so subtle yet so damaging, that it practically invites people to disrespect you. And if you don't fix this, nothing else will matter. Lesson 3. Stop seeking approval. It's killing your respect. Look around. The people who command the most respect. Do they beg for approval? Number. But you? You've been conditioned to care too much about what people think. You hesitate before speaking, worried about offending someone. You second-guess your choices, wondering if others will approve. You mold yourself into what people expect just to be accepted. And that's exactly why they don't respect you. People can sense when you're desperate for their approval, and the moment they do, they lose respect for you. Because neediness is weakness. When you crave validation, you hand over your power. Stop explaining, stop justifying, stop asking for permission. You don't need anyone to tell you it's okay to live your life on your terms. The only permission you need is your own. Let them judge. Let them misunderstand. Let them gossip. It does not matter. What matters is that you stand firm in your truth, no matter who approves or not. And here's the hard truth. The moment you stop seeking approval, some people will leave. Good. Let them go. Because the ones who only stay when you're bending over backward for their acceptance, they were never in your corner to begin with. Now here's where it gets even more powerful. There's a mindset shift that makes disrespect impossible. Once you master this, you won't even have to demand respect. It will be given to you automatically. Lesson 4. Own your presence, the silent power. Move that commands respect. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and instantly command attention without even saying a word? It's not luck, it's not status, it's presence. And right now, your presence is weak. Maybe you slouch, maybe you avoid eye contact. Maybe you hesitate before you speak, your voice barely carrying across the room. And people pick up on that and see, respect isn't just about what you say. It's about how you carry yourself, your body language, your tone, your energy. It all tells people how to treat you. Weak posture, they dismiss you. Nervous eye contact, they overlook you. Soft, uncertain voice, they ignore you. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are. If your presence is weak, people will treat you like you don't matter. So here's how you fix it. Stand tall. Keep your shoulders back and your chest open. This isn't just confidence, it's dominance. Hold eye contact, not in a creepy way, just long enough to let them know you see them and you expect to be seen. Slow down your speech. Rushing your words makes you sound uncertain. Speak with measured confidence and people will hang on to every word. And most importantly, take up space. The way you move, the way you sit, the way you walk. It should tell the world, I belong here. Because the moment you start owning your space, something shifts. People start paying attention. They listen. They respect you, without you even having to ask for it. And here's where most people fail. They master their presence until someone challenges them. And then, they crumble. But not you. Because what I'm about to tell you next, it will make you unshakable. Lesson 5. Stop reacting. Make them chase your validation. The fastest way to lose respect? React emotionally to everything. Think about it. When someone insults you and you snap back, who's in control? When someone ignores your text and you double text them, who's in control? When someone disrespects you and you over-explain, who's in control? Not you. See, weak people react, strong people respond, and the difference? Power. When you react emotionally, you tell people, your actions dictate my emotions. You give them control over your mind. And the moment they see that, they own you. That's why the most powerful move you can make is silence. Someone insults you, don't react. Look at them like they're invisible. Someone tries to guilt trip you, don't explain yourself. Just walk away. Someone disrespects you, hold eye contact and say nothing. Let them sit in their own discomfort. You want respect? Make them wonder what you're thinking. The less you react, the more they chase your validation. And this isn't just about words, it's about your entire energy. People should never feel like they can push a button and get a reaction from you. Be unpredictable, be unreadable, be unshakable. Because when they realize they can't control you, that's when they start respecting you. But here's where most people fail. They stay calm until the pressure gets real. When someone really pushes them, they crack. That's the true test. And what I'm about to tell you next, it will ensure you never crack under pressure again. Lesson 6. Master the art of walking away, the ultimate power move. Listen carefully. Nothing destroys disrespect faster than walking away. Most people think power comes from fighting back, arguing, proving a point. Wrong. Power comes from knowing when to disengage. Weak people stay in situations where they're not valued. They keep explaining themselves, keep hoping for change, keep waiting for respect that will never come. Strong people, they walk away the moment they're disrespected. If a friend keeps belittling you, stop showing up. If a partner takes you for granted, leave the relationship. If your boss refuses to recognize your value, start looking for better opportunities. No warnings, no debates, just distance. See, most people can't handle losing access to you. They're used to you sticking around no matter how they treat you. The moment you walk away, You shift the power dynamic completely. And here's the key. Walk away without emotion, no anger, no explanation, no last words, just silence. Because nothing is more powerful than someone realizing they can no longer reach you. But here's where most people mess up. They walk away physically but not emotionally. They still seek closure, still check their phone, still wonder, what if? That's not walking away, that's waiting for permission to be respected. True power is when you detach completely. When you no longer need their approval, their attention, their validation. And once you master this, you become untouchable. But this isn't just about leaving people behind. This next lesson will show you how to make people respect you before they ever even think about testing you. Lesson 7. Set boundaries without saying a word. People don't respect you because you haven't trained them to. See, most people think setting boundaries means telling people what they can and can't do. Wrong. Boundaries aren't spoken, they're enforced. Think about the people who truly command respect. Do they beg for it? Number. Do they lecture people about what's acceptable? Number. Do they explain their limits over and over again? Number. They simply enforce consequences. Someone raises their voice at them. They leave the conversation, and someone disrespects their time. They stop making themselves available. Someone crosses a line. They remove that person from their life immediately. No second chances, no emotional outbursts, just action. Because here's the truth. Weak people ask for respect. Strong people demand it through their actions. And here's where it gets even more powerful. Your energy alone should set boundaries. The way you carry yourself should tell people, I'm not someone you can disrespect. The way you respond to disrespect should make it clear, that was your first and last mistake. The way you move in life should show, I don't chase, I don't beg, I don't tolerate nonsense. When your presence speaks louder than your words, you never have to explain yourself again. And that's what separates the weak from the powerful, but now we need to take it even deeper. Because there's one final mindset shift that makes you completely untouchable. One that stops people from ever daring to disrespect you in the first place. Lesson 8. Become indifferent. The ultimate shield against disrespect. Most people lose respect because they care too much about the wrong things. They care what people think, if they care about being liked, if they care about keeping the peace even at their own expense. And that's exactly why they get walked all over. But here's the secret. The less you care, the more powerful you become. Indifference is the ultimate weapon against disrespect. When people realize their words, their opinions, their judgments don't affect you, they lose all control over you. If someone tries to insult you, you don't react. If someone tries to manipulate you, you don't fall for it. If someone tries to get a rise out of you, you stay unmoved. Why? Because their validation means nothing to you. And here's the beautiful part. When you stop seeking approval, you naturally command respect. People are drawn to those who don't crave validation. They can't figure you out. They can't control you. They can't break you. And that's when they start treating you differently. But listen closely, this isn't about being emotionless, it's about choosing what deserves your energy. Weak people waste energy on every little slight. Strong people, they stay focused on what actually matters. And once you master this, you become unshakable. But we're not done yet, because while most people will stop here, there's one final shift that will make you the kind of person no one even dares to disrespect. And once you learn this, everything changes. Lesson 9. Embrace the power of mystery. Make them respect what they don't know. Here's something most people don't realize. The less people know about you, the more they respect you. Why? Because mystery creates power. Think about the people who instantly command respect. Do they overshare? Do they constantly explain themselves? Do they let everyone know their thoughts, plans, and struggles? Number. They move in silence. They let people wonder. They make their presence felt, but not fully understood. And that's exactly why they are respected. But you talk too much. You give people too much access to your mind, your emotions, your plans. And the more they know, the less they value you. Because familiarity breeds contempt, and if you tell people your every move, they will judge it. If you share all your weaknesses, they will use them against you. If you constantly explain yourself, they will lose respect for you. So here's how you fix it. Say less. Observe more. Let people talk while you listen. Keep your emotions controlled. Don't let people read you so easily. Move in silence. Don't announce your next step. Just take it. Let them wonder about you. Let them be uncertain about what you're thinking. Let them question what you're truly capable of. Because when people can't figure you out, they respect you more. And here's where most people get it wrong. They try to be mysterious and still seek approval. That doesn't work. To be truly respected, you must be both mysterious and completely detached from their validation. And once you master this, you won't just be respected, you'll be untouchable. But there's one final lesson, one that ties everything together, one that will make disrespect impossible. And it's something most people never realize until it's too late. Lesson 10. Control your emotions, control the room. Listen to me carefully. If they can control your emotions, they can control you. This is where most people fail. They think respect comes from speaking louder, standing taller, or forcing people to listen. But real power? It comes from emotional control. Because the person who stays calm in chaos, who doesn't flinch under pressure, who refuses to be baited, that's the person everyone respects. When someone insults you, don't react. Silence is more powerful than any comeback. When someone tries to provoke you, stay composed. Nothing frustrates them more. When someone tries to manipulate you, don't engage. Walk away without explanation. Weak people lash out. Weak people get defensive. Weak people show their emotions to the wrong people. And that's why they lose respect. But the strong, they never let anyone see them sweat. This doesn't mean you suppress your emotions. It means you control where and when you express them. If you're angry, use that energy to improve yourself, not argue. If you're hurt, keep your composure. Never let them see you break. If you're frustrated, turn it into power, not weakness. Because here's the truth. The one who controls their emotions controls the room. And when you master this, you become the kind of person no one dares to disrespect. But there's still one final piece, the mindset that separates those who command respect from those who chase it. And if you don't get this right, everything else will fall apart. Lesson 11. Stop seeking fairness. The world respects strength, not complaints. Here's a hard truth. Life is not fair. You think if you're nice, people will be nice back? Wrong. You think if you explain yourself, people will finally understand? Wrong. You think if you treat people well, they'll treat you the same? Not always. The world doesn't respect fairness, it respects strength. And strength isn't about overpowering others, it's about accepting reality and acting accordingly. Weak people waste time complaining, waiting for fairness, expecting the world to suddenly recognize their worth. Strong people? They don't wait for respect, they demand it through action. If someone treats them poorly, they don't beg for change, they walk away. If they're underestimated, they don't argue, they prove people wrong through results. If life knocks them down, they don't cry about it, they get back up stronger. Because the truth is, respect isn't given to those who wait. It's given to those who take ownership of their lives. So stop looking for fairness, stop waiting for permission. Stop expecting people to suddenly respect you just because you deserve it. Instead, become undeniable. Make yourself so strong, so capable, so unshakable that respect isn't a request. It's a natural response to who you've become. But even this isn't enough, because there's one final shift, one that ensures no one will ever disrespect you again. And once you embrace this, you'll never see life the same way. Lesson 12. Be willing to walk alone. Respect follows those who don't follow the crowd. If you want true respect, you need to be okay with something that most people fear: walking alone. See, most people crave belonging. They will tolerate disrespect, lower their standards, and betray their own values, just to stay accepted. They fear rejection more than they fear losing themselves. And that's exactly why they never command respect. Because people don't respect those who are desperate for approval. They respect those who stand alone, if necessary. If your friends don't align with your values, walk alone. If your workplace disrespects you, walk away. If your relationship diminishes your worth, let it go. Because here's the truth, the moment you prove that you don't need anyone, people start chasing you. they start respecting you, they start valuing your presence. Why? Because you've shown them that you don't fear loneliness. And that kind of independence? It's rare, it's powerful, it's intimidating. You don't need to be cold, you don't need to isolate yourself, but you do need to be willing to walk your own path, even when no one else is walking beside you. Because in the end, the people who command the most respect, they never follow the crowd follows them. But there's one last piece, the final mindset shift that makes you not just respected, but completely untouchable. And once you embrace this, you'll never question your worth again. Lesson 13. Stop explaining. Start living. Let your actions speak for you. You want people to respect you? Stop talking. Start doing. Most people try to earn respect by explaining themselves, by justifying their choices, by over-explaining why they deserve to be treated better. And that's exactly why they get ignored. Because respect isn't earned through words. It's earned through presence, action, and results. You don't need to tell people you've changed, just change. You don't need to explain why you're setting boundaries, just enforce them. You don't need to announce your goals, just achieve them. See, weak people explain, strong people prove, and here's the secret. The moment you stop explaining yourself, people start paying attention. Because suddenly, they don't have access to your thoughts. They don't know what you're planning. They can't predict you, and what people don't understand, they respect. So from this moment forward, let your actions do the talking, let your results demand respect, and let your silence make them wonder. Because once you master this, you'll never have to ask for respect again. It will come to you naturally. And that's how you make sure no one ever disrespects you again. Lesson 14. Stop giving second chances. Teach them how to treat you. Listen carefully. People learn how to treat you based on what you tolerate. If someone disrespects you once and you let it slide, they will do it again. If someone lies to you and you forgive them instantly, they will lie again. If someone takes advantage of your kindness and you keep giving, they will keep taking. Why? Because you showed them there are no consequences. See, most people think being forgiving earns respect. It doesn't. It teaches people that your boundaries are flexible, that your standards can be tested, that you will always give them another chance. Stop. If someone crosses a boundary, let them feel the weight of their mistake. If someone betrays your trust, don't give them another opportunity to do it again. If someone disrespects you once, make sure they understand there won't be a second time. And here's the key. You don't need to announce it, just act accordingly. No explanations, no warnings, no debates, just action. Because respect isn't earned through begging, arguing, or trying to make people change. It's earned through self-respect. The moment people realize they don't get second chances with you, they will think twice before crossing the line. But this lesson means nothing if you don't master the final step, the one that makes you completely immune to manipulation, guilt, and emotional games. And once you embrace this, no one will ever take advantage of you again. Lesson 15. Stop explaining your worth. Make them realize it. Most people make the mistake of trying to convince others to see their value. You keep proving why you deserve respect. You keep showing up for people who wouldn't do the same for you. You keep over-explaining your worth to those who don't appreciate it. And that's exactly why they don't respect you. Because the moment you start explaining why you're valuable, you're already losing. See, people don't respect words, they respect actions. If you truly value yourself, you don't beg for recognition. You don't force people to see your worth. You don't waste energy proving yourself to those who refuse to see it. Instead, you let them feel your absence, and if they don't appreciate your effort, stop giving it. If they take you for granted, step back and let them see what life is like without you. If they refuse to respect you, walk away and let them wonder. And here's what happens. They notice. Because people don't realize the value of water until the well runs dry. They don't respect what's always available. But the moment they feel the loss, that's when they understand. And by then, it's too late. So stop explaining your worth. Live it. Own it. Walk in it. And let them figure it out on their own. But now it's time for the final lesson, the one that cements everything you've learned and makes you unstoppable. And once you embrace this, you'll never have to fight for respect again. Lesson 16. Become the source. Make them need you, not the other way around. Here's the ultimate truth. Respect isn't about demanding it. It's about becoming so valuable that people have no choice but to respect you. Weak people chase respect. Strong people become the source of something others can't ignore. Think about it. The people who command the most respect, the ones others admire, follow, and listen to, they don't beg for attention. They provide something that makes others gravitate toward them. They bring knowledge others don't have, and they develop skills that make them indispensable. They create a presence so powerful that people naturally look up to them. And here's the secret: when you become the source, people chase you. They seek your advice if they want your presence, if they adjust their behavior around you because they don't want to lose access to you. And that's real power. But here's where most people fail. They focus too much on getting respect without actually building themselves into someone worth respecting. If you want respect, become the kind of person people can't afford to ignore. Master something. Become excellent at what you do. Stop wasting energy on meaningless things. Stay focused. Build your mind, your skills, and your presence to the point where people recognize your worth without you saying a single word. And once you do that, you'll never have to demand respect again. It will come naturally. Because in the end, the real lesson is this: respect isn't something you ask for. It's something you become. And once you become it, no one will ever dare to disrespect you again. Final message: walk with power, speak with purpose, live without apology. You've spent too long explaining yourself, too long tolerating disrespect, too long waiting for people to recognize your worth. That ends today. From this moment forward, you don't chase respect, you embody it. You stop explaining, you stop over-apologizing. You stop seeking approval from people who don't matter. Instead, you move in silence, you stand firm. You let your presence demand respect before you ever say a word. Because here's the truth: people will only treat you the way you allow them to. If you keep bending, they'll keep pushing. If you keep excusing, they'll keep disrespecting. If you keep proving, they'll keep doubting. But when you stop chasing validation, when you remove people's access to you the moment they cross the line, that's when respect becomes non-negotiable. So the question is, are you ready to stop playing small? Because the moment you decide to own your worth, enforce your boundaries, and walk away from anything beneath you, that's the moment you become unstoppable. Now, if this message hit you, remember it, keep it with you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, let them find it. Because the world doesn't need more people begging for respect. It needs more people who command it.